Hey guys, welcome to Friendship Shaving. Thanks for joining me. I've already started as I messed up the beginning of the video. So you can see I'm face lathering today. I'm using my Razor Rock 400 Butterscotch, and the soap I'm using is a Barrister & Man's Reserve Spice, an Old Spice type scent, and a very nice one this is too. I'll be shaving today with the Pearl K2, and I have one here with the shorter handle of the two that come with the razor. The razor blade I'm going to be using is one of the ones that I got with the razor, and it is the Gentleman. You've seen these before on my channel. I think they're a nice blade. Now I'm going to continue to lather up. And tell you about the shave I had in the week with the K2 razor. I had a very effective shave. It was more aggressive than I thought it was going to be, and I had a perfect 2-pass BBS shave. My confusion came when one of my subscribers, Andrew, mentioned that it was a mild razor, because that wasn't my experience. I thought that it was quite similar to the 2-pass shaves I would get with my Outlaw or my Standozoria. Very effective. So that was a bit strange. So I started looking around, and I found a number of different YouTubers had different ideas. About the aggressiveness of the razor. Paul Humphreys, Paul H Films, thought it was mild but more aggressive than the old Wilkinson Sword Classic. Now I don't find this one to be particularly mild, but so there we are, that was one opinion. Mark in the US thought it was a very, very mild shave. And Sinatra Lemon actually thought it was on a level with the R41 from Moolah, and I must admit that was more like my experience. Now, my good friend Sig Solo mentioned that there was some blade movement in the head, and that might affect the aggressiveness of the razor. And when I looked a bit closer with the glasses on, I found that to be the case. So I've got the blade in there. I will take it apart at the end just to show you the internals. But I've got a blade in there, and I've taken the time as well as I can to make sure I've got a fairly even amount of blade showing each side. And I'm interested to see what kind of a shave I will get today. So I'm actually going to swap the handle out, because I'm going to hold it quite taut. When I shaved in the week, I started with the longer handle. So we'll start the same way again today, and we'll see how this goes. Yeah, that is different. That is very different. There we are. Proof is in the pudding. I suspect it is still an effective razor, but it's certainly not on the level that I thought it was in the week. So we'll see how we go today. This will be an interesting shave. Feels quite nice in the hand with this narrow handle. And it was the fact that it came with two handles that first caught my eye. Oh yeah, this is a completely different shave from the shave I had in the week. This is a mild razor indeed. Yes, that feels very pleasant. I must admit, in the week when I started there, I kind of, did that woo. It was really, took me by surprise, as I'd gone into the shave thinking it was going to be a mild shave. There we are. I've got the angle perfectly. It's easy to find the angle. Yeah, very nice. I do find it's quite a nicely balanced razor, both with the long and the short handles. The longer handle on mine is not too bad. On the shorter handle, the knurling is a little bit sharp in places. You're not going to get cut or anything like that, but it is just a little bit sharp in places. Well, I have to say that was quite a nice first pass. I seem to have got the blade fairly evenly showing either side of the head cap. I know it won't show up because of the light, but fairly even there. And that was a very nice first pass. So I'm going to swap the handle out. Just so I can show you what it's like with the smaller handle. Now the handle sizes come at 7.5 centimeters or 3 inches for the smaller handle, and 10 centimeters or 4 inches for the longer handle. So you can see there is a fair bit of difference between the two there, and the head cap and guard plate add another 1.5 centimeters to the razors. It's a little bit head heavy, but it's still quite a nicely balanced razor to hold, even with the short handle. The shorter version of the razor comes in at 86 grams, and the longer handle version comes in at 96 grams. The head is made of a dense zinc alloy, and the handle made of brass and then coated. And then the guard plate is chromed. So you've got a number of different finishes with this razor. I've got the perfect angle there. And I'm going for a 2-pass shave, just so that I might compare it to the 2-pass shave I had the other day. Definitely feeling, oh, against the grain, that's the test. A little more aggressive that side than this side. Yeah, definitely. So it seems with this razor that you have to take the time just to set the razor blade up to a nice even position. Now it's an inexpensive razor. For you American fellas, it is available on Amazon in the US. I haven't checked the UK, but it is available direct from the gentleman at Pearl, who I'd like to thank very much for sending me this razor. I went online to buy it and bought a couple of things and got this and a brush to try. So thank you very much for that, gentlemen. So it is an inexpensive razor, as I was saying. A little bit of a sale on at the moment, but translated to British pounds, it was about £12.50. So you don't get much at all for £12.50 these days. And I feel like it's given me, well, it has given me a very nice 2-pass shave that is not as aggressive as the shave I had the other day, but it's still very, very effective. Now, one of the things I quite like about this is you have got the choice of the handles, but also if you perhaps preferred a thicker handle, you could just take this off and put on your own handle. That's quite a nice touch. They've kept everything at a standard size. But I think the option of having the choice of handles, very nice. And guys, I've had a great shave with that razor. Now I'm just going to drain the water out of my sink, dry myself off, and I'll take that apart and show you a little bit more. Here we are, let's take it apart now. Take my little washer off. There we go, let's just do that. Give that a rinse. So there we are, there is the inside of the head cap. The finish on this is okay, it's quite nice. There's just a little bit on the post that isn't quite covered with this satin finish. A little bit of what looks like it's a brass post, so there's a little bit of brass coming through there by the looks of it. And the guard plate is this quite unusual shape. It looks to be well made. The edges, as you can maybe see in the light there, are chamfered all the way around. So to remove those sharp edges, now the bit I found quite difficult was trying to judge an even amount of space looking at the razor blade in the head cap like that. And what I found was there is a very slight bit of movement that way, but the movement seems to centre around the post, so the blade does that slightly. And as I say, it was there's just a little bit of movement there. Well, actually it's a fair bit as it goes like that. If they could fix that, I think it would be a very good razor for the price. Because as you know guys, for £12.50 you don't get much at all. Not these days. Now, actually that doesn't look too bad. So if you buy it, perhaps it's just something to be aware of, that you may need to just adjust that blade slightly to get an even shave, or you may like having a double-edged safety razor that has a more aggressive feel on one side than the other. And I quite like it. I've had a terrific shave, I can tell you. I think I'm BBS. So there we are. That's a good shave for me. I'm going to use a bit of Ben Vorlick today from Bart's Barnes. I put a little bit of that on. Almost BBS. Without trying. That's the wonder of getting a BBS shave, when you do it without trying. And I'm so close guys. 9.5 out of 10 for BBS effectiveness. So that's my shave with the Pearl K2 with its long and short handle. A very interesting and very effective shave. Thank you for joining me here today. Take good care now, and I'll see you again soon. All the very best. Enjoy your weekend. Bye bye.